I think it's pretty arrogant to believe that God Himself, the God who made the entire universe, left it to be born on Earth. This kind of spiritual arrogance is it's not spiritual, it's secular in nature, it's super secular. You see the same thing among peoples who think that they are the chosen peoples. The Jews have perpetrated such a belief, and that is arrogant. And arrogance has nothing to do with God. God is the complete opposite. It's all about, God is the least arrogant being in the universe, and He wants us to be, less arrogant too. Although, here's the interesting question: was Jesus God? If we accept that it doesn't sound right that God, just relinquished the universe for a time and I'm gonna be on Earth for a couple of years now, and I leave the rest of the universe to itself. That doesn't sound right. Though if you rather view Jesus as a personification of God in man, then it becomes something quite different. Then it's not about a God who left the universe, but a God of spirit. It's something that everyone can achieve towards and strive towards perfection. And the unique thing about Jesus is how far He took it. Jesus took His spiritual mission completely seriously. Every person born on earth has a spiritual mission, though very, very, very few take it very seriously. Most people, they follow tradition, they walk around and they eat a meal at a certain time, they clean their hands and feet at a certain time, and they do other things at a certain time, and they go blithely on their way. I don't think that's the plan God has for every human being. Though at certain times, I do think that God sends sons of God to us, people to help us, celestial guardians. Call them aliens if you like. Anyway, God, at certain times, He sends us these, divine beings to help us. And I believe that Jesus was one of these beings. I also believe that Muhammad also was a spiritual being which is divine in origin, who downstepped himself to become man so he could lead us towards God. Because at certain times we need help, and I think that Earth might stand out in our galaxy and the universe because, we have had our problems. And Muhammad, he, collected and brought together a lot of tribes in the Muslim world. If you look at the Muslim world before Muhammad, you should be very glad that Muhammad came there. Anyway, back to Jesus. Jesus is special. That's certainly. A lot of, Muslims also, they think that, there's something other about Jesus. The whole Son of God thing about Jesus is something bigger. There's something more beyond us and just, comparing Him to Muhammad and Buddha. There's something different there, because not only is it in the scriptures of other religions that this Michael/Jesus is to arrive again and help us out. So it does seem like Jesus has a special responsibility for Earth. There's some kind of, guardianship, so to speak. Some kind of protection. Like if something goes really wrong on Earth, you are the guy who's gonna come there and help them out. So, thinking that Jesus is God, well, I think it's a personification of God. To answer the question now, He is so close to God that for us human beings, He is God. It's not wrong to worship Jesus as God because his personality was so close to achieving everything everything that God ever wanted him to help us with. Everything that he is God. It's just the perfect man. And perfection and spreading love and spreading hope and showing us the way is what is a part of the definition of God. And when a person like Jesus, a divine sent being, is able to come so close to such a definition, then it certainly becomes right to call it God. Because it's pretty much so close. And it's not like we will ever, as human beings at least, be able to understand and comprehend the God completely.